Why don't you get out more? You are so weird. I thought we invited you.
I thought we invited you.
Invited you. Invited you. Invited you. Invited you.
Okay, but I could set the building on fire.
They don't lead. They don't follow. They don't even play the game. The Omega male, the ghost of the hierarchy, the outcast, the exile, the weirdo genius, or the sad clown. You might laugh at him. You might pity him. But without him, the hierarchy isn't complete. This is the Omega Male Explained. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Otherwise, the Omega will just keep muttering in the shadows, unheard, unwanted, and misunderstood. What is the Omega Male? In Voxday's socio-sexual hierarchy, the Omega is the rank below even the lowest. While Alphas rule, Betas support, Sigmas drift, and Gammas scheme, the Omega is the man who opts out or gets cast out entirely. He's not competing. He's not in the pack. He's outside, usually by accident or by design. Sometimes by being too odd, sometimes too brilliant, sometimes too broken. If the Alpha is the star quarterback, the Omega is the guy in the basement playing chess against himself. If the Gamma is the self-styled game master, the Omega doesn't even bother pretending to play. But make no mistake, Omega isn't just a loser. Sometimes it's genius unchained. Sometimes it's madness unfiltered. Sometimes both. Do you know someone who never seemed to fit anywhere, no matter how hard they tried? Real-world Omega examples. Nikola Tesla, the loneliest genius. Tesla gave us alternating current radio prototypes and half the modern world's electrical foundation. Yet he died broke, alone, and largely forgotten in his lifetime. He was eccentric to the extreme, talking to pigeons, claiming to receive visions, eating the same meals every night, obsessively avoiding germs. While Edison built empires and cultivated alpha image, Tesla withdrew further into his experiments and obsessions. He wasn't competing in the hierarchy. He was locked in his own world, one foot in genius, the other in madness. Tesla shows the Omega archetype at its highest, brilliance without belonging. Ted Kaczynski, the Omega who cracked. Ted Kaczynski was a prodigy, entering Harvard at 16, becoming a mathematics professor. Yet he was utterly disconnected from society.
The students hated him, absolutely loathed him. Didn't have any class hours, he wouldn't talk to them.
He couldn't hold friendships, couldn't integrate, and eventually fled to a shack in the woods. From there, bitterness consumed him. His manifesto railed against modern technology. His bombs struck terror. Kaczynski represents the dark side of the Omega, isolation turning into hostility. Where Sigma opts out by choice, Ted was pushed out by alienation and turned his rejection into violence. He's the cautionary tale. What happens when Omega bitterness festers unchecked? Andy Kaufman, the cosmic prankster. Kaufman wasn't like other comedians. He didn't want laughs. He wanted confusion.
Just listening for his call. Here I come to save the day.
He'd read The Great Gatsby aloud on stage, play wrestling heel against women, or bomb intentionally just to watch the audience squirm. People never knew whether to laugh, boo, or just walk out. He wasn't chasing alpha applause or Bravo approval. He was an Omega artist, creating his own rules, alienating as many as he entertained. Even in success, he remained on the fringe, more performance art than comedy. Andy Kaufman embodied the Omega spirit, brilliant, bizarre, never fully understood, Salvador Dali, the surrealist Omega.
Butterfly.
Watch yourself.
Represents
Dali painted melting clocks, lobsters on telephones, and landscapes pulled from dreams. He cultivated eccentricity to the point of parody. Wild mustache, grandiose statements, antics that made people wonder if he was mad or just pretending. And yet, despite his fame, he was always an outsider. The art world embraced him, but never fully trusted him. He thrived in a bubble of surrealism, disconnected from ordinary society. Dali wasn't trying to be alpha in the art world. He was building his own strange Omega kingdom, where the rules bent like time in one of his paintings. Bobby Fischer, the Broken King.
But do you like to beat another man?
Yeah, I do. Yes, I like to beat another.
Well, you smile about it.
Fischer was the Mozart of chess, a child prodigy who became world champion by toppling the Soviets at the height of the Cold War. But victory didn't bring him peace. It unraveled him. Paranoid, antisocial, spouting conspiracies, fleeing from fame. He lived in exile for much of his later life. Fischer is the Omega story in slow motion, from celebrated genius to tragic recluse. He had mastery, but no place in the hierarchy, no ability to connect. The greatest chess player of his time ended as a man, checkmated by his own mind.
So when they go home that night, they know that they can't kid themselves that they're so hot.
What drives a person to choose solitude, genius, or disappointment? Fictional Omega examples. Wolverine, the scarred loner. Logan doesn't lead teams. He doesn't scheme for power. He drinks alone, broods alone, and fights alone. The X-Men need him, but he's never truly one of them. His past is trauma, his future is tragedy, and his relationships are fleeting at best. Wolverine embodies the Omega's isolation.
Everybody okay back there?
No. Powerful, yes, but broken, scarred, unwilling to conform. Where an alpha would rally troops, Wolverine slips out the back door with a bottle and a cigarette, waiting for the world to force him back into battle. He's the Omega warrior, not excluded by weakness, but by wounds that never heal. Hodor, the gentle outcast. In Game of Thrones, Hodor is the most literal Omega, mocked for his simplicity.
Find the half-wits.
Excluded from normal society, reduced to a single word. Yet beneath the laughter and pity is deep loyalty and hidden tragedy. Hodor's entire life is defined by being outside the game, but when the moment comes, his sacrifice is monumental. Omegas are often underestimated, seen as useless or strange, but Hodor shows their unexpected nobility. He's not Alpha, not Beta, not even Gamma. He's the boy who could only say, Hodor, until it meant everything. The Joker, the chaotic reject. Every version of the Joker shares one truth: he doesn't belong. Too deranged for alpha dominance, too unhinged for sigma detachment, too broken for beta support. The Joker is the Omega turned inside out. The man so excluded from society that he laughs at its very rules. He thrives on rejection, feeding his identity with the chaos it creates. From Heath Ledger's Agent of Chaos to Joaquin Phoenix's mentally ill loner, pushed past his limit, the Joker shows the nightmare side of the Omega. What happens when bitterness and alienation don't just simmer, they explode. Radagast the Brown, the Forgotten Wizard. While Gandalf advises kings and Saruman plots world domination, Radagast lives in the woods with rabbits, mushrooms, and bird droppings on his robes. He's eccentric, distracted, more interested in talking to animals than influencing Middle-earth. Radagast embodies the harmless Omega, powerful, but too strange, too whimsical, too withdrawn to play in the hierarchy of wizards. He's mocked, dismissed, sometimes pitied, yet he remains essential in quiet ways. The Omega isn't always destructive. Sometimes he's just the oddball in the forest, happily disconnected from the world's great struggles. Napoleon Dynamite.
Been with my uncle in Alaska hunting wolverines.
The awkward misfit.
Did you shoot any?
Yes, like 50 of them.
Napoleon is the modern comedic Omega.
Kept trying to attack my cousins. What the heck would you do in a situation like that?
Socially awkward, dressed out of sync with his peers, living in his own world of doodles and tetherball. He's excluded, mocked, never taken seriously. And yet, by sheer persistence and odd charm, he leaves his mark. Napoleon represents the everyday Omega, not genius inventor or dangerous recluse, but the weird kid in school who never quite fits in. His story is less about triumph than about surviving as an outsider and somehow making the audience root for him anyway. Why do so many stories give us heroes who live outside the circle? Core traits of the Omega male. Isolation. Sometimes it's forced, sometimes it's chosen, but Omegas live on the edge of society. They're not in the clubs, not on the teams, not in the inner circles. For some, like Tesla or Fisher, isolation gives them room to focus. For others, like Kaczynski, it festers into resentment. Either way, the Omega lives apart, defined more by his absence from the game than his presence in it. Obsession. Where others balance work, friends, and leisure, Omegas go all in on one thing. It might be science, chess, comedy, art, or even revenge. That single-mindedness makes them brilliant in their craft, but awkward in life. People admire the results, but rarely the man himself. Obsession gives them greatness, and sometimes madness. Alien energy. Omegas are just different. Their mannerisms, their humor, their way of seeing the world, something feels off compared to the social mainstream. Andy Kaufman reading The Great Gatsby on stage, Salvador Dali walking around in a deep-sea diving suit, Bobby Fischer ranting about conspiracies, all radiate that energy. People laugh or whisper or avoid them altogether. It's the vibe of someone not built to blend in. Tragic or comedic, society doesn't know whether to laugh at Omegas or pity them. Sometimes they're the clown who makes everyone uncomfortable. Sometimes they're the tragic genius who dies alone. Tesla feeding pigeons looks tragic. Napoleon Dynamite dancing on stage looks comedic. The Omega lives in that tension, amusing to watch, painful to live. Freedom from the game. Ironically, Omegas are the only ones who truly escape the hierarchy. Alphas fight to lead, Gammas fight to be recognized, Sigmas fight to stay free. But Omegas? They don't even care. They're off in their own world, chasing obsessions, ignoring the rules. That freedom can be a gift or a curse, liberating when embraced, destructive when it curdles into bitterness. Which of these traits feels the most familiar to you? The Omega and women. Here's where things get tricky. Women usually respond to status, and the Omega has none. Low sexual market value. Most Omegas are invisible to women. Rejection and alienation. They're often the ones with the most painful experiences of rejection, sometimes fueling their bitterness. Obsession over relationships. Some Omegas latch onto unrequited love or fantasy relationships. Rare magnetism. In rare cases, an Omega's eccentric brilliance, think Tesla or Kaufman, can attract, but usually in a niche or short-lived way. Where alphas dominate and sigmas mystify, Omegas confuse or repel. To women, they can be endearing oddballs, tragic charity cases, or just invisible. But there's a paradox here. Omegas are the least attractive in terms of hierarchy. Yet their ideas, their art, their outsider genius often reshape culture in ways the winners never could. Would women see the Omega as tragic, funny, or maybe even strangely safe? Why does the Omega matter, and what is his place? The Omega is the shadow of the hierarchy. Without alphas, no leaders. Without betas, no followers. Without gammas, no destruction. Without omegas, no mirror showing society its absurdity. The Omega is a proof that human value isn't just measured by dominance. He may be forgotten in his time, but later remembered as the one who saw differently, thought differently, or simply lived outside the pack. Is the Omega really weaker than the others, or just playing a different game entirely? Critique of the Omega. Let's be honest, most Omegas live tragic, painful lives. Alienation, loneliness, sometimes madness, many self-destruct. But lumping all Omegas together as losers is lazy. Some are failures by circumstance. Some are geniuses that didn't fit. Some are eccentrics who chose freedom over conformity. The danger of being Omega isn't just irrelevance, it's resentment. Many bitter Omegas become destructive. The Joker is an extreme fictional example, but in the real world, bitter loners can lash out against the society that excluded them. What happens when someone is excluded for so long that the rejection becomes their identity? Why people relate to Omegas. Here's the secret. Almost everyone has felt Omega at some point. Being excluded, being misunderstood, being laughed at, being alone. That's why Omegas matter, because they embody the universal experience of being on the outside. And while most climb back in, some never do. Summary of the Omega male. Outcast, loner, exile, eccentric, obsessive, misunderstood, culturally powerful, socially powerless, invisible to women, accepted rarely through brilliance, mirror of society's cruelty and absurdity. The Omega is the most tragic, the most comedic, and the most dangerous archetype, precisely because he doesn't play by the rules. And maybe, just maybe, that's his freedom. Is the Omega the lowest rank, or the freest man of all? If you found this breakdown of the Omega male eye-opening, hit like, share, and subscribe. Otherwise, the Omega might just retreat back into the basement and take his secrets with him. Next up on the agenda, the Sigma male. Everybody wants to be him, except for the Sigma himself.
You are gay.
Oh my.
Gay.
Oh my.
They gay.
Oh my.
Or are they gay?
Oh my.
We bring in the studio this morning one of the gay rights activists.
Oh my.
Mr. Should I call you Mr.?
Oh my, my, my.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
Oh my, my, my.
Having some sugar in the gas tank, being light in the loafers, or maybe your grandma's friend was a confirmed bachelor.
Play it straight?
They don't conquer like alphas. They don't organize like bravos. They don't grind like betas, plot like gammas, or drift like sigmas. And they definitely don't vanish like omegas. The Lambda male. He is not an outsider because of power, but because of orientation. The gay archetype of the socio-sexual hierarchy.
Oh my, my, my.
often flamboyant, sometimes tragic, sometimes heroic, and always a reminder that the hierarchy isn't just about power, it's also about culture. This is the Lambda male. What is a Lambda? Vox Day's hierarchy puts Lambda at the very bottom rung, below Omega. Why? Because it's not about dominance or status, it's about sexual orientation. The Lambda is the homosexual male. That's it. On paper, it's a box for guys who don't play the heterosexual dominance game. But in practice, it's more interesting than that. Lambda isn't just gay. Lambda is a style, theatrical, subversive, and yes, sometimes tragic. It's a different rhythm of life, often lived outside the strict win-lose ladder that defines the rest of the hierarchy. So, let's see what that looks like. Real-life Lambdas. If you want Lambda icons, look no further than pop culture. Freddie Mercury. More than just Queen's frontman, Freddie was pure Lambda majesty. He had the Alpha's stage presence, yes, but what made him Lambda was the flair, the mustache, the outfits, the operatic drama, the unapologetic sexuality hidden in plain sight during an era when you couldn't just be out. He wasn't trying to win the hierarchy game. He built his own coliseum and filled it with thousands of screaming fans. Freddie's Lambda energy was proof that charisma doesn't need conformity. It needs a spotlight. Elton John. If Freddie was the fiery comet, Elton is the long-burning sun. Sequins, feathers, sunglasses bigger than your face. Elton turned flamboyance into global brand power. What makes him Lambda isn't just the style, though. It's the emotional honesty in his music, paired with the absolute refusal to tone himself down for anyone. Elton took the Lambda's outsider vibe and mainstreamed it, showing the world that being larger than life and a little sweet never disqualified you from greatness. Oscar Wilde. The Lambda prototype before the word existed. Wilde was brilliant, cutting, and far too fabulous for Victorian England. His wit dismantled social norms, his plays made audiences laugh while feeling attacked, and his downfall showed the cruelty of a society that couldn't handle his Lambda spirit. He lived in a world built by alphas and bravos, but he wrote himself into immortality as a Lambda martyr. Without Wilde, the idea of the Lambda might not even exist. George Michael. George's Lambda energy was complicated. At first closeted and polished, every bit the heartthrob. Then scandal hit, and rather than let it crush him, he leaned into the truth. He became a Lambda archetype for vulnerability, the pop star who lost his mask but found his voice. His songs, often soaked in longing and freedom, carried that Lambda theme of struggling between what society expects and what the heart demands. Tragic at times, but never a loser. Pure Lambda. Anderson Cooper.
Which? Because they're hard to tell.
Yes,
On the surface, Anderson might not scream Lambda. No sequins, no mustaches, no flamboyant theatrics. But that's exactly why he belongs here. Cooper shows the Lambda archetype can be subtle. A calm, respected journalist with integrity who lives openly gay in a field once dominated by bravos and alphas. He doesn't play the flamboyance card. He plays the dignity card. Proof that Lambda isn't just about how loud you are. Sometimes it's about how steady you stand. Fictional Lambdas. Cameron Tucker, Modern Family. Cam is basically Lambda turned sitcom. Everything about him is bigger than life. The hand gestures, the dramatic storytelling, the way he'll turn a PTA meeting into a Broadway production. But beneath the comedy is warmth. Cam shows how Lambda isn't just flamboyant. It's nurturing, creative, emotionally alive. His Lambda energy isn't dangerous or tragic. It's family-oriented and hilarious, giving millions of viewers an approachable version of the Lambda archetype. Mr. Garrison, South Park. If Cam is lovable Lambda, Garrison is chaotic Lambda. Closeted, out, in denial. Flamboyant, trans, president. He's the exaggerated, satirical version of every identity crisis rolled into one. What makes him Lambda isn't just being gay. It's his refusal to ever stay in one box. He embodies the messiness of Lambda energy, sometimes endearing, often uncomfortable, but always outside the straight path. He's parody, yes, but parody works because it has truth in it. Ron Cray, legend. Ron is the shadow Lambda, violent, dangerous, but unashamed. In a world of hard gangster alphas, he stood out by being openly gay and daring anyone to challenge him on it. Tom Hardy's performance makes Ron a perfect Lambda archetype, blending menace with camp, mixing ruthlessness with flamboyance. It's proof that Lambda isn't always harmless fun. Sometimes it's terrifying to those who expect conformity. Renly Baratheon, Game of Thrones. Renly was handsome, charming, and full of kingly charisma, but his Lambda energy put him on a different path. His love affair with Loras Tyrell wasn't shouted from rooftops, but it was obvious to anyone paying attention. What makes Renly Lambda isn't just being gay, it's that his claim to power was undermined by a society that wasn't ready for a gay king. His story is the Lambda tragedy: power, promise, but no place in the hierarchy's brutal game. Waylon Smithers, The Simpsons. Smithers might be the most iconic Lambda-coded character in TV history. For years, the writers played the is he or isn't he game, but everyone knew. His obsessive loyalty to Mr. Burns, his coded comments, his secret hobbies, all Lambda energy hidden behind politeness. When the show finally confirmed it, it felt like the least surprising revelation ever. Smithers shows the Lambda archetype not in flamboyance, but in quiet, coded devotion, an outsider role that still made him beloved. These fictional Lambdas show how wide the archetype stretches, from the silly to the sinister, from comedy to tragedy.
Oh my God.
Who do you think is the most Lambda character of all time? Freddie Mercury? Smithers? Or maybe someone I didn't mention? Drop it in the comments. I'm curious which Lambda you'd crown king. Traits of the Lambda male. So what makes a Lambda? Lambda, let's break it down. Outsider sexuality, not playing the straight dominance game. Flamboyance. From Elton's glasses to Cam's drama, Lambda is often bigger than life. Tragedy and struggle. Oscar Wilde, George Michael, Renly. The Lambda path often clashes with society. Cultural influence. Lambdas often shape style, art, fashion, humor, with their unapologetic flamboyance. Ambiguity. Some Lambdas are out and proud, others coded and closeted. Lambda isn't about winning or losing the hierarchy game. It's about dancing to a different song altogether. How Lambdas compare to other ranks. Lambda versus Alphas. Alphas rule by force. Lambdas rule by flair. Freddie Mercury could command a stadium as well as any Alpha general. Lambda versus Bravos. Bravos find purpose in loyalty and service. Lambdas find purpose in standing apart. One builds the system, the other decorates it in sequins. Lambda versus Deltas. Deltas are the everyman blending into the crowd. Lambdas are the showman who refuses to. One keeps society moving, the other paints it pink. Lambda versus Gammas. Gammas seethe with bitterness. Lambdas redirect their energy into culture. One writes angry manifestos, the other writes hit singles. Lambda versus Sigmas. Sigmas drift in shadows and ambiguity. Lambdas shine in spotlights. Both are outsiders, but one hides while the other struts. Lambda versus omegas. Omegas are excluded against their will. Lambdas often exclude themselves by choice, but then build their own subculture. The Lambda is not competing in the same sport. While the rest of the hierarchy is playing football, Lambda showed up with a glitter cannon and a keytar. Do you think Lambda even belongs in the hierarchy? Some might argue that Lambda isn't a rank at all. It's just a category of sexuality. What do you think? Let's see your takes in the comments. Women and the Lambda. Here's the twist. Women are usually the lens through which we judge other ranks. Alpha dominates them. Beta supports them. Delta is there. Gamma resents them. Omega fails them. Sigma ignores them. But Lambda. Women often adore Lambdas, not as lovers, but as confidants, allies, icons. Think of the archetype of the gay best friend in media. Women feel safe, entertained, supported, without the sexual tension. This gives Lambdas a unique place, outside the male-female competition, often deeply entwined with women's lives.
Gay, 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 gay.
Critique and cultural reflection. So, does Lambda really belong in the hierarchy? Or is it just boxing them off as outsiders? Critics say it's lazy. Orientation isn't a status rank. Putting Lambda below Omega feels like prejudice baked into the system. But others argue Lambda is necessary because gay men really do experience male status differently. And maybe that's the point. The hierarchy isn't about fairness. It's about describing realities, even uncomfortable ones. Lambda reminds us that the straight male ladder doesn't capture everyone. That brings us full circle. We've gone through every rank: Alpha, Bravo, Beta, Gamma, Delta, Sigma, Omega, and now Lambda. What did we learn? That men are complex, that no one fits perfectly into a single box, that the hierarchy is less about labeling your life than it is about understanding the roles people play in the social game. Some men lead, some support, some resent, some drift, some collapse. Some yearn for other men instead, and some break the system entirely. The hierarchy isn't the truth. It's a lens, a tool, a way to laugh, criticize, and maybe learn something about ourselves.
You are gay.
And here's the good news. We're not done yet.
Oh my.
Because in the next video, I'm going to help you figure out where you might fit in the hierarchy. Alpha, Gamma, Sigma, or maybe you've got a little Lambda flair you never noticed. Think of it like a personality test, but spicier. Stay tuned. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the Lambda male, hit like, drop a comment with your Lambda takes, and subscribe so you don't miss the Find Your Rank episode. Because whether you're an Alpha, an Omega, or somewhere in between, one thing's clear. This hierarchy isn't complete without you. Psycho, weirdo, try-hard edgelord. They don't lead, they don't follow, they don't even play the game.
Lead, follower, get out of the way.
The Sigma male, the shadow wolf of the hierarchy, the outsider, the wanderer, the reluctant hero, or the scarred loner. You might admire him, you might envy him, but without him, the hierarchy isn't complete. This is the Sigma male explained. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Otherwise, the Sigma will just drift off into the night, never to be seen again. What is the Sigma male? In Vox Day's socio-sexual hierarchy, the Sigma is the man who stands outside the pecking order, not beneath it like the Omega, not at the top like the Alpha, but sideways. He doesn't compete for dominance, but he doesn't get cast out either. Solitude, self-reliance, and independence are the traits that Sigma chooses, or does he? Does he choose to be alone, or is he simply made for it? Where the Alpha thrives on the crowd's attention, the Sigma thrives in its absence. He walks alone, and alone he wins. Strangely enough, people often respect him for it. But here's the truth most people won't consider. Nobody becomes a Sigma without scars.
I should have had that abortion!
Almost every Sigma carries a wound, rejection, betrayal, loss, or alienation that pushed him out of the game. He's free, but his freedom often comes with a price. Do you know someone in your life who fits this mold? Real-world Sigma examples. Kobe Bryant, the Black Mamba. Kobe wasn't just an athlete. He was an obsession in human form. While other players partied, networked, and chased fame, Kobe was in the gym at 4 a.m., shooting 1,000 free throws in the dark. He didn't care about the spotlight in the way an alpha might.
Bask in the fear of other men.
He cared about mastery. That singular drive, that Sigma obsession, turned him into both a legend and an enigma. Loved by fans, feared by competitors, and respected by rivals, Kobe represented the Sigma's workflow. Not for status, not for approval, but for perfection. The hierarchy didn't create him. His discipline did. Aristotle, the philosopher's philosopher. Unlike Plato, unlike Alexander, Aristotle wasn't chasing the throne or the city. He stood apart, analyzing, dissecting, teaching. He could have been a political alpha, but he chose to be something else, the Sigma sage. Kings came to him for wisdom, and students became emperors under his guidance. Yet he himself remained detached from the power struggles of his time. He was a man of pure intellect, living on the edges of the hierarchy, influencing history from the sidelines. Aristotle showed that a Sigma doesn't need to hold the crown to shape the kingdom. Jim Carrey, comedy's wild card. At the height of his fame, Jim Carrey was untouchable, the highest paid comedian, the face of blockbuster after blockbuster. But then, almost overnight, he walked away from it all. He retreated, grew a beard, started painting, and began giving cryptic philosophical interviews about identity and meaning. He shifted from the Sigma clown, unpredictable, eccentric, standing apart from Hollywood's polished hierarchy, to the Sigma sage, rejecting the very fame that made him. In Carrey, we see the Sigma's paradox, a man who could dominate the spotlight, but who ultimately preferred to vanish into the shadows of his own mind. John Wayne, more myth than man. John Wayne's cowboy roles weren't just characters. They were a cultural archetype. The lone drifter who arrives in a town, doesn't fit in, doesn't want to fit in, but when chaos hits, he's the one with the grit to step up. And when the dust settles, he leaves, disappearing into the horizon, refusing the banquet or the mayor's handshake. That's Sigma energy in cinematic form, the rugged individual, the man who belongs everywhere and nowhere. Wayne wasn't just an actor. He was the embodiment of America's Sigma fantasy, freedom, danger, and solitude, wrapped into one mythic figure. Charles Lindbergh, the man who flew solo. In 1927, Lindbergh did the unthinkable, a non-stop solo flight across the Atlantic. Alone, in a small plane, battling fatigue, storms, and the endless ocean. He embodied the Sigma archetype, the individual against the impossible. He didn't achieve greatness by leading men or by serving them. He achieved it through sheer isolation and endurance. One man, one machine, one dream. The world hailed him a hero, but Lindbergh himself remained elusive, private, even controversial later in life. A reminder that Sigma legends are often forged not in crowds, but in solitude. Which of these men feels the most Sigma to you? The athlete, the philosopher, the cowboy, the clown, or the pilot? Fictional Sigmas. Shrek, the swamp dweller. All Shrek wanted was peace and solitude in his swamp. No glory, no throne, no followers. But fate pulled him into a story he never asked for, forcing him into the role of reluctant hero. He embodied Sigma detachment, grumpy, sarcastic, resistant to connection, yet ultimately proving his worth when it mattered most. Shrek didn't fit into the hierarchy of knights, kings, or villains. He carved his own path, rejecting society's rules, while still shaping its outcome. He's the fairy tale Sigma, unwanted, underestimated, but essential. Geralt of Rivia, the Witcher. Geralt is the monster hunter who doesn't belong anywhere, feared by villagers, doubted by kings, yet indispensable to all of them. He wanders from contract to contract, sarcastic, blunt, and detached, living by his own code rather than society's laws. He doesn't seek power or community. He survives in the cracks of civilization, respected and feared in equal measure. Geralt is Sigma to the core, forever on the margins, never truly part of the world he protects, but bound to it nonetheless. Captain Jack Sparrow, the trickster Sigma. Jack is the pirate who belongs to no crew. Too clever to be loyal, too unpredictable to be trusted, yet too charming to be ignored. He drifts between sides, helping when it benefits him, betraying when it amuses him, surviving not through strength or status, but through wit, cunning, and sheer refusal to play by anyone's rules. He's not alpha leader, not beta follower, not gamma schemer. He's chaos incarnate with a grin, the drifter who outsmarts empires while pretending to stumble through life. If you had to pick one Sigma from fiction to spend a day with, who would you choose and why? Aragorn, the Ranger in exile. When we first meet Aragorn, he's not a king. He's Strider, the mysterious ranger lurking on the edges of taverns and forests, detached, watchful, living outside the structures of power. He could have claimed his throne earlier, but he didn't. He chose the Sigma path of self-imposed exile, waiting until destiny demanded otherwise. Aragorn shows the noble Sigma arc, a man who rejects society's crown until the world itself forces him to take it. His Sigma solitude eventually transforms into alpha leadership, but only by choice, not by birthright. Severus Snape, the tragic Sigma. Snape was always outside the circle, feared by students, mistrusted by colleagues, dismissed by enemies, and ignored by the woman he loved. Yet behind the bitterness and isolation was a man carrying the heaviest secret and the noblest burden. He wasn't an alpha hero or a Bravo lieutenant. He was the Sigma shadow, misunderstood and underestimated, yet essential to the story's resolution. His solitude wasn't just his preference, it was his curse. Snape is Sigma at its darkest, lonely, tragic, but ultimately heroic in silence.
I'm sexy and I know it.
Which Sigma traits are the most annoying? The stoic wanderer like Aragorn, or the tragic loner like Snape? Drop it in the comments. Core traits of a Sigma. Independence. The Sigma builds his life around his own code, not society's. While an Alpha might draw energy from leading people and a Beta from supporting them, the Sigma finds meaning in crafting a world of one. His independence isn't casual, it's total. Kobe Bryant's 4 a.m. workouts, Geralt's lonely roads, Aragorn's years in exile, all are expressions of men who didn't wait for permission, didn't ask for validation, and didn't care about being understood. To be Sigma is to stand apart, even when standing apart is costly. Mystery, aloof, quiet, unreadable. The Sigma neither reveals himself nor expects others to. He isn't performing silence for effect. He simply doesn't feel compelled to broadcast himself. Lindbergh crossing the Atlantic, Snape hiding his true loyalties, Aragorn lurking in the shadows of a tavern. Each embodies that enigmatic distance. People guess, people project, but the Sigma rarely clarifies. His mystery is both shield and sword. It protects him from being trapped, and it gives him power, because no one quite knows where he stands. Self-reliance. The Sigma provides for himself, rarely leaning on others. Where the Bravo finds comfort in structure and the Delta in routine, the Sigma trusts only in his own hands. It's the cowboy cleaning his gun by firelight, the Witcher sharpening his blades alone, the comedian who retreats from Hollywood to paint in solitude. Self-reliance isn't a rejection of others out of arrogance. It's a survival mechanism honed by experience. He knows others may come and go. His only constant is himself. Detachment. The Sigma can find value in connection, but he refuses dependence. Shrek ultimately loves Fiona, but he never loses himself in her world. Jim Carrey can connect with millions through laughter, but when it comes to fame, he steps back and detaches completely. The Sigma might mentor, might protect, might even love, but he always maintains a line between himself and the collective. He touches the world, but never fully merges with it. This detachment is why Sigmas often feel both indispensable and impossible to hold on to. Scarred freedom. A Sigma's independence often begins with trauma. This is the dark secret of the archetype. Unlike the Omega, who opts out because he was excluded, the Sigma opts out because he was let down one too many times. Snape's bitter solitude, Geralt's mutant upbringing, Shrek's lonely swamp. Each Sigma's freedom is built on rejection, betrayal, or wounds that taught him not to depend on others. His freedom is scarred, and those scars remind him every day why he stays on the edge of the hierarchy. Nurture or nature? Do Sigmas choose their path, or are they pushed onto it by pain? Let me know in the comments. Do you recognize any of these traits in yourself, even just a little? The Sigma male and females. Here's where the Sigma mystique really plays out. Magnetism of mystery. Unlike the Omega, the Sigma's distance can make him fascinating. Scarred attraction. Many women see the Sigma as a broken man to fix. Some succeed in doing so. A lot of them just crushes in the process. Low availability. Sigmas aren't chasing women, which paradoxically makes some women lose their mind. Volatile relationships. His independence and wounds can make intimacy difficult, even destructive. Women often romanticize the Sigma, but living with one can be a storm. He doesn't need her, and that's both intoxicating and threatening. Do you think Sigma's detachment makes him more attractive to women, or harder for them to reach? Why the Sigma matters. The Sigma's strength is the strength of self, but it's not without cost. Behind almost every Sigma story, you'll find heartbreak, betrayal, or isolation. Trauma makes the shadow grow until the shadow is the only thing H-tap can follow the sigma. And that's what makes him dangerous and magnetic. Critique of the sigma. Let's be honest, the sigma archetype is romanticized online. Everyone wants to be sigma because it sounds cool, but the reality is harsher. Many sigmas are broken men who couldn't fit in. Their independence is a survival strategy, not a lifestyle choice. And yes, sigmas are most still attractive in one way or another. Think jacked omega, who smells nice. And without healing, their detachment can become their downfall. Do you think being sigma is strength or just a way of hiding weakness? Why people relate to sigmas. Everyone has dreamed of walking away from the noise. Everyone has wanted to say, I don't need this, I'll do it my way. The sigma embodies that dream, but also the nightmare that comes with it. People want the flame, but nobody wants the smoke. Because to become truly independent, most sigmas had to become broken in the first place. Summary of the sigma male. Independent, self-reliant, aloof, magnetic, mysterious, hard to pin down. Often shaped by trauma, betrayal, or rejection. Attractive to women, but volatile in love. A figure who stays apart, respected, but rarely understood. Final thoughts. The alpha wins, the beta supports, the delta grinds, the gamma schemes, the omega mutters in the shadows. The sigma? He walks away, scarred, mysterious, untamed. And that's why everybody wants to be him, except for the sigma himself. If you found this breakdown of the sigma male eye-opening, hit like, share, and subscribe. Otherwise, the sigma will vanish back into the shadows, and you'll never see him again. Do you still want to be sigma? There is nothing more sigma than commenting how sigma you secretly are. I just so happen to have a whole comment section for you. Next up on the agenda, the Lambda male. The one nobody talks about, but everybody should.
Okay, let's go.
Do you guys even care?
You're at a dinner party. The host is telling one of those stories with a big punchline.
To go fuck himself, and then I blackmailed him for almost $60,000.
People are laughing. Everybody is flowing. The mood is light. Then, out of nowhere, someone interrupts.
Yeah, Dad used to think I'd be a political liability.
It's not an alpha taking control.
You know, in case he ever ran for president.
It's not a Bravo adding a clever detail.
Truth be told, the people would ultimately empathize with our situation.
It's Greg. Greg isn't rude exactly.
What is our situation, Dad?
But there's a sharpness in his tone.
Well, as far as brains go, I got the lion's share.
He cuts the host mid-sentence to clarify a detail.
You know what? This makes perfect sense.
Corrects someone's pronunciation.
What is going on?
Drops a reference for no reason other than proving how smart he is.
Okay, but we all know that Marlins don't really weigh 3,000 pounds, right?
The room doesn't turn to him. It glances at him. Some people smirk, others roll their eyes. There is one girl clenching her fists. Greg doesn't notice. In his mind, he's showing them how it's done. He is the real life of the party, even if they don't see it.
That was my shark. I should have been there.
That's gamma energy. And Greg's a gamma male. Welcome back. Today, we're breaking down the gamma.
What do you mean? You mean the way I talk? What?
The third rank in Vox Day's socio-sexual hierarchy. If Alpha is the leader and Bravo is the right-hand man, the Gamma is, well, the Gamma.
Oh, I shall practice my curtsy.
He could occupy any place in hierarchy, but the bitterness will always bleed through.
I call it love.
The man who wants the top spot believes he deserves it, but can't figure out why the world won't hand it over.
But they showed no corrections of any kind.
Once he puts his hand on it, he runs it to the ground without ever taking responsibility.
Don't hate me, Trinity. I'm just a messenger.
The socio-sexual hierarchy is Vox Day's framework for understanding male social dynamics. It's not hard science, not a belief system, just a model. And like any good model, it's useful because it reveals patterns you didn't have words for before. So, what makes a Gamma a Gamma? 1. Resentment.
I'm not a psychiatrist, but a psychiatrist would say that he was paranoid.
The core fuel of the Gamma is the thought of, I should be running this. Whether it's a job, a social group, or a relationship.
Don't wear that outfit again.
What?
Gammas carry a quiet belief that they're smarter, more capable, or more deserving than whoever's in charge. 2. Smart but self-sabotaging. Gammas often are intelligent and talented, but their inability to navigate hierarchy means they alienate the people they need.
Oh dear, I've said too much.
3. Status games.
No, I don't believe it.
A Gamma's social moves are rarely about connection. They're about proving superiority, even if that means losing friends in the process. 4. Conflict as proof.
I didn't lose it. It's not like, whoops, where'd my job go? I quit! Someone passed the asparagus.
Gammas often see arguments not as something to avoid, but as an arena to be conquered.
Fuck is it with you? He's hanging. I thought I was getting pinched over here. He's hanging on my fucking neck like a vulture.
If you disagree, they'll try to overwhelm you with details, trivia, or moral one-upmanship. 5. Self-image versus reality. The Gamma almost always sees himself as a misunderstood genius,
Now you respect me, because I'm a threat.
a lone wolf, an unrecognized hero, and almost certainly the victim.
Bad back, you know.
6. Poor handling of rejection,
Marriage is binding, and that makes me king. See? See?
especially from women, authority figures, or peers. When the world says no, the Gamma hears in his mind, not yet, but I'll show you.
What the fuck are you looking at? You're fucking. You fucking moron.
7. A dangerous blind spot. Because he believes his value is self-evident, the Gamma struggles to see how others actually perceive him.
Why couldn't you make me an architect? You know I always wanted to pretend that I was an architect.
Let's ground this in a story. Picture a competitive workplace. Big project up for grabs, high stakes, high reward.
Drop the. Just Facebook. It's cleaner.
The Alpha is naturally leading the pitch. The Bravo is quietly keeping the wheels turning. The Delta is doing his part without fuss. Enter the Gamma. He believes the Alpha is overrated, the Bravo is overrated, and that he's the real brains behind the operation.
A lot of bands have been inducted into the Hall of Fame, but like, what does that do for you?
So he starts sending helpful emails to upper management, undermining the Alpha's plan, proposing his own.
Let's play dummy sticks.
He corrects colleagues mid-meeting, subtly implying they don't know what they're doing.
That's great.
Why is that great?
When the project is won, the Alpha gets the credit. The Bravo is thanked for keeping it together. The Delta gets a bonus. The Gamma, he's quietly left out of the after-party invite list, and he tells himself it's because they're threatened by me. That's Gamma. Fictional Gammas you might recognize. 1. Patrick Bateman, American Psycho. Outwardly successful, inwardly insecure, obsessed with outshining rivals.
I think my mask of sanity is about to slip.
2. Petir Littlefinger Baelish.
Distrusting me was the wisest thing you've done since you climbed off your horse.
Grudge-driven master manipulator who believes he's the smartest man in any room.
Quick tempers, slow minds.
3. Voldemort Harry Potter.
And you will lose.
All power, zero integrity.
Vexed itself under the only living thing it could find.
Rules through fear but never earns devotion. 4. Loki Marvel.
So I am no more than another stolen relic, locked up here until you might have use.
Brilliant, charming, and endlessly resentful of his more celebrated brother.
I only ever wanted to be your equal.
5. George Costanza Seinfeld.
You had to tell Julie that I made a special point of telling you that I bought you the big salad, didn't you?
Self-sabotaging, bitter,
I know less about women than anyone in the world.
and convinced the world owes him more than it gives. Real-world gammas. 1. Howard Stern.
A lot of bands have been inducted into the Hall of Fame, but like, what does that do for you?
A master of his craft who thrives on rivalry and public feuds.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I mean, and what do you see when you go there?
2. Dick Cheney.
Great. There are going to be heads exploding all over Washington, Jim.
Feared and effective behind the scenes, but perpetually mistrusted.
Basically correct, yes.
Jonah Hill.
Good morning, everybody.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Are you conditioning your beard with beard oil?
Successful and talented, but notably reactive to criticism and is protective of his image.
He saved a pregnant woman from drowning.
Yeah. He walked a pregnant woman casually to the shore.
4. Martin Shkreli.
And doctors and patient groups saying they can't access this drug, are you going to change the price?
No.
Brilliant in finance, infamous for arrogance, public grudges, and combative persona.
We can't continue to lose money on the drug at that price, so we took it to a price where we can make a comfortable profit, but not...
5. Elon Musk.
Actually, not many hands raised, by the way.
Visionary innovator, but often drawn into petty battles and public score settling.
That's awesome.
Strengths of the Gamma.
We always have what is called the element of surprise.
Intelligent, creative, and resourceful.
Of heroes, like the first monkey shot into space. Without pain, without sacrifice, we would have nothing.
Willing to challenge authority.
Is that a challenge?
Temper.
I wouldn't dream of challenging you.
Persistent. They don't give up easily.
Your swamps? Indeed. All right, Ogre, I'll make you a deal.
Often excellent at spotting flaws in systems or plans. Weaknesses of the Gamma.
You know, Sonny, you're a real fucking mutt. You know the money we spend in this fucking...
Come on, don't be like that.
What do you mean don't be like...
Struggles with authority and hierarchy.
Thank you.
Burns bridges without realizing it. Lets resentment cloud judgment.
That's why it's called making peace.
Poor at reading how they're perceived.
I wonder about you sometimes, Henry. You may fold under questioning.
Can spiral into paranoia and obsession.
Death, you are my bitch lover!
Gamma versus other ranks. Alpha dominates. Gamma undermines. The Alpha thrives in the open. The Gamma prefers back-channel moves.
I want to spend my 20s as a professional defendant. Who knew the music industry doesn't have a sense of humor? We tried to...
Bravo stabilizes. Gamma destabilizes. Where the Bravo supports the mission, the Gamma questions the leader, often mid-battle.
You simply won't die.
Delta contributes quietly. Gamma demands recognition. The Delta's satisfied with his lane. The Gamma resents his lane.
But you can call me...
The Riddler.
Sigma walks away. Gamma lingers. Sigma avoids the game entirely. Gamma refuses to leave until he wins or somebody flips the table.
Oh, right, yeah, of course.
Omega rejects the system. Gamma resents the system. One is outside by choice, the other feels trapped and wronged by it. Lambda entertains, Gamma agitates, one wins affection, the other wins friction. Gammas and women. This is where things get interesting. Gammas often believe they'd get the girl if women only saw the real me. They tend to view attraction as a logic problem. If I can prove my value, she'll choose me. When that doesn't happen, it can create deep resentment toward women as a group, or towards specific women who overlooked them. The Alpha and Bravo get the lion's share of attention, sure, but many women aren't chasing that. The trouble is, the Gamma's bitterness can leak through in conversation, body language, or humor, killing attraction before it ever gets a chance to start.
You mean in the end? A counterclockwise swirl.
Ironically, the very intelligence and drive that could make them appealing often gets buried under a layer of one-upmanship and subtle hostility.
You know, they always remember the first time. I don't want to be remembered. I want to be forgotten.
Where do Gammas thrive? Competitive, idea-driven environments.
I don't believe it.
Roles that reward critical thinking and problem spotting.
And your mother seems to prefer that I go through life like a fucking prisoner while she keeps my dick in a mason jar under the...
Solo projects where credit is clear.
Fly home, buddy. I work alone.
Oui, et ta tenue est complètement ridicule.
Where do they struggle? Team structures.
I'm coming, Michael. I'm gonna save you. Michael is in trouble. I do not want. Okay, hold on.
Honest environments.
Oh, goody.
Masculine environments. Romantic pursuits.
Brothels make a much better investment than ships, I've found. Holes rarely sink.
So, is being a Gamma bad? Unfortunately for the Gamma and his environment, yes.
You know, maybe it's me, I'm a little fucked up, maybe. But I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you.
Many Gammas are brilliant, hardworking, and have potential. But the resentment, the constant status checking, the inability to read the room and lack of self-awareness, those are the anchors holding them down.
I don't want to be rich.
A self-aware Gamma who learns humility and builds alliances can flip the script. He can graduate into Bravo or Delta. Without that, they're the guy at the dinner party correcting the host while everyone else feels awkward.
Perfect.
If you saw yourself in this, don't panic.
Okay.
Every person has their strengths and weaknesses. The key is seeing where you are and deciding if you want to stay there. If this hit close to home, good. Like, share, and subscribe. The rest of the hierarchy won't explain itself.
And we're not a profitable company. So for us to try to exist and maintain a profit, I think is pretty reasonable.
Next up, the Sigma, the man who plays by his own rules and sometimes drives alphas insane without even trying. See you then.
My plan was so simple that it terrified me.
Okay, let's go.
It's Saturday morning. The neighborhood park is packed for the annual softball game. Kids are running around. Someone's burning burgers on the grill. A few loud personalities are fighting over who should pitch. Entering Chris.
Generating a predictive model for the most effective answers, which I provided, without lying.
He's not the captain, he's not the loudest, he's not the best player.
Was that?
But he's the guy who made sure there were enough gloves for everyone. He keeps track of the score without anyone asking. He cracks a few jokes, brings the cooler filled with everyone's favorite drinks, and somehow makes the day smoother.
Keep breathing. That's the key. Breathe. Oh.
When the game's over, people tell the Alpha he did a great job organizing. They praise him. Truth of the matter is, without Chris, it would not have been the same, and frankly, it would have been a mess. That's Delta energy. And Chris is a Delta.
Well, this is just a deal gone wrong, isn't it?
Yeah. Appears to have been.
Welcome back. Today we're talking about the Delta, the third rank in Vox Day's socio-sexual hierarchy. The Delta is the everyman, the guy who makes up the backbone of society.
I'm gonna put in for it, full manager.
Yeah, me too.
Not chasing the spotlight, not trying to dominate, not plotting revenge from the shadows.
Week, I probably only do about 15 minutes of real, actual work.
Just showing up, doing his job, keeping life moving and loving every second of it.
Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
You probably know more Deltas than you realize.
Lieutenant, you were given specific orders. Hey, I'm just doing my job.
In fact, you might be one yourself. The socio-sexual hierarchy is Vox Day's model for understanding male social roles. It's not a hard science. It's not a belief system. It's just a way to see the patterns you already live in. At the top, you've got the Alpha, the leader.
I am the greatest.
Right behind him is the Bravo, the loyal right-hand man.
Be a good sport and indulge us and just tell us.
And then you've got the Delta.
Look where we are.
The steady, competent, relatable majority.
Good thing you're flexible enough to watch your own back. 'Cause I ain't doing it no more.
If the Alpha is the king,
Must ride light and swift. It's a long road ahead.
and the Bravo is the general,
Not in here. Let's get outside.
Well. Where's Lucilia? Lucius.
the Delta is the soldier who keeps the
I
kingdom
didn't
running.
kill my wife! I don't care!
So what makes a Delta? 1. Reliability. If a Delta says he'll be there, he's there.
Who needs an ace when you have a joker?
Rain or shine. He doesn't need fanfare for showing up. It's just who he is. 2. Steadiness under pressure.
Women in the head and then shoot yourself. You got 4 good rounds.
When things go wrong, the Delta doesn't explode or vanish. He just keeps doing the job.
The fellowship has failed.
3. Respect for earned hierarchy.
Richard Wellner is totally #1.
He doesn't mind following orders if the leader knows what he's doing.
Gondor to show his quality. I think not.
But he can smell incompetence a mile away.
I said bad ones? The fuck you said bad?
4. Values competence over status.
And who are you?
The Delta cares about whether you can actually do the work, not what title you have. 5. Balanced life priorities.
No, my creepy roommate moved out, so now it's just me and the dogs.
Work matters, but so does family, friends, hobbies, and downtime.
Sit down, everybody, sit down. That's it. Now
6. Cooperative over competitive. He'd rather win together than stand alone at the top.
Hey, thanks for going through all that to save my life, Stan. Dude, you're my best friend. I don't want you to die until I do.
7. Pride in his lane. He knows what he's good at
Wonderful, Devil, wonderful, incredible, okay.
and takes satisfaction in doing it well.
For the 6 inches of muzzle energy of the .357 Magnum, and of course, it will never jam.
Let's take a look at this fictional real-life situation. Say a group of strangers get stranded on a mountain after a bus crash. The Alpha starts giving orders.
If you keep on making me tell you things twice, I'm gonna have you washing windshield.
The Bravo organizes resources. And the Delta? He's the one actually carrying the firewood. He's fixing the shelter with whatever's lying around. He's making sure the injured guy has water. Nobody's making a speech about how great he is.
Gravity-resistant trees?
Neville, no offense, but I really don't care.
But when the rescue team shows up, people are alive because he quietly kept things running. That's Delta. Let's look at some fictional Deltas. 1. Jim Halpert, The Office.
The interview when I walked in here. Now, exactly how much pot did you smoke?
He's competent, well-liked, and relatable.
Dare you?
My family built this country, by the way.
Be respectful, Dwight.
Doesn't try to run the place, but keeps things human in a sea of weird personalities.
Meet my eyeline, Jim.
2. Hank Hill, King of the Hill.
Huh. He ran a red. You can't do that.
Hardworking, steady, community-oriented.
Are you Chinese or Japanese?
I live in California last 20 years, but first come from Laos.
Not flashy, but you know where you stand with him.
Well, sounds great. Let me just put on a dress and hop on up. What?
3. Hagrid, Harry Potter.
Sorry about that. It's not every day your young man turns 11 now, is it? Hey?
Kind, dependable, protective.
Group over there. I'll open your books at page 49.
Not chasing titles, but deeply loyal and always shows up.
Our hearts beat as one.
Or Faramir, Lord of the Rings.
A gate. How many? Some thousands more come every day.
Noble without ego, strong enough to lead, humble enough to serve. 5. The Thing, Fantastic Four.
It's clobbering time!
It's catchy, right?
The muscle of the group, but also its heart.
And for what? So you can play Twister with your girlfriend while I'm the freak of the week?
He's not the leader and doesn't want to be, but the team wouldn't be the same without him.
Always trying to prove he's smarter. Or trying to take over the world. You know, the usual.
Now for some real-world deltas. 1. Warren Buffett.
Our director's $900 a year, and I really would like to pay him more.
One of the world's richest men, yet lives quietly in Omaha, eats McDonald's for breakfast, and avoids the spotlight. Steady, disciplined, and consistent.
65 or 70 and later, and the people that you want to have love you actually do love you, you're a success.
2. Nikola Jokic, NBA superstar who avoids drama.
Champion, Nikola, how does that feel?
It's good. It's good. The job is done. We can go home now.
Shows up, plays his game, goes home to his horses. 3. Tommy Lee Jones. Across his career, he's been the guy who gets things done without chasing the spotlight.
Well, you're looking good, gentlemen. We'll take it up a notch. Resume your original heading and proceed up the riverbed. Higgins, move it up the Yankee program.
Which is pure Delta territory.
That's just nasty.
4. Ringo Starr, the Beatles' steady backbeat. Content to be the drummer while history focused on John and Paul.
The likes of you chaps around.
No, are you thinking of a honeymoon?
Well, this was supposed to be it, but it didn't work.
5. Mr. Rogers.
Such a good feeling to know you're alive. It's such a happy feeling.
Gentle, consistent, and deeply impactful.
Graceful way. We've given that person, I think, a wonderful gift.
Without ever seeking dominance.
Very good feeling. The feeling you know that I'll be back.
Strengths of the Delta. Reliability that makes teams functional.
I'm gonna enjoy watching you die, Mr. Anderson.
People know they can count on him.
Cleveland, don't!
Adaptable in many environments.
Danger! He's got a gun!
Can work with different personalities and structures.
Let's go through the mines of Moria.
Brings social stability.
I don't think any of them actually know my real name.
Deltas keep communities and workplaces sane.
Tell me, Mr. Anderson, what good is a phone call if you're unable to speak?
Trusted by many without commanding them.
You have a stats? Very nice.
Respect is earned naturally. Doesn't threaten higher ranks unnecessarily.
Anitech ships a few extra units, I don't see another dime. So where's the motivation? Now here's something.
Plays his role without ego. Weaknesses. Can fade into the background, often underestimated or forgotten. May avoid risk or ambition. Comfort zone can become a cage. Overly dependent on strong leadership.
Sentenced to death.
Can become complacent, settles for good enough.
Soccer was invented by European ladies to keep them busy while their husbands did the cooking.
Risk of being underestimated. Others mistake humility for lack of ability.
Where'd you get this fucker?
Delta versus other ranks. Alpha dominates. Delta supports.
No.
It's delicious.
The Alpha takes charge. The Delta keeps the machine running.
All babies need to crawl before they walk.
Bravo coordinates. Delta executes.
Dude, what are you doing? I'm writing a song about the importance of hybrid cars, so maybe people will change their ways. That's gay.
Bravo makes the plan. Delta carries it out with precision. Gamma complains. Delta cooperates.
Well, now you're gonna have to buy it. It's a used gun.
Gamma's always trying to undermine. Delta just wants the group to succeed.
Right now, it's going to be the same thing all over again, and I'm not going to let that happen to him.
Sigma disappears. Delta commits.
Cool. See ya.
Sigma goes his own way. Delta stays loyal to the team. Omega rebels. Delta reinforces.
And presto, the forget-me shot.
Omega works against the system. Delta holds it together.
Trade. And whoa, differences.
Lambda pivots. Delta remains steady. Lambda shifts to fit the moment. Delta sticks with what works. Where does the Delta thrive? Stable work environments.
Pathetic. This is why the Japs are overtaking us.
Skilled trades.
I work for a living. And I mean real work, not writing down gobbledygook.
Community organizations.
Thanks, I've been working
What
out.
a turnout.
Sports teams. Long-term projects with clear goals.
Snoochie, come on, let's snooch.
Where does he struggle? Chaotic, constantly shifting situations. Cutthroat corporate ladders.
I'm going to have to fix you, manage you on a more personal scale.
Environments with no clear leadership.
And I'm proud of what I do. It was a conscious choice. I didn't fuck up.
Fields where self-promotion matters more than skill.
Brains, you'll be the first to know.
When it comes to women, the Alpha and Bravo often grab the spotlight. They're the ones who get the double takes and the whispered gossip.
Get yourself hard, because I'm going to suck your dick like I'm mad at it.
But that doesn't mean the Delta is missing out.
Hey, guy.
Hi. Far from it. There's an entire category of women who aren't looking for a thrill ride,
Sent to you only the ID numbers and photos.
but instead they're looking for a steady ship. They value stability, loyalty, and dependability more than fireworks. To them, a Delta isn't the safe choice in a boring way.
I will, Hank.
Peggy, not in the airport.
He's the partner who shows up, who follows through,
Were for your protection.
who keeps his word when it matters
The
most.
first thing that happened to him, he was abandoned by the people who were supposed to love him the most.
The guy they can build a life with, weather storms with, and actually trust. And while Alpha attention might fade and Bravo charm might shift, the Delta's quiet consistency only grows more valuable with time. In the long run, plenty of sensible women see that,
Spend 5 minutes per day.
and they know exactly what they want.
A great ass. I could sleep for days on those perk cheeks, let me tell you.
So,
What news?
should you want to be a Delta? Here's the truth. Most men are Deltas, and that's not an insult.
Space out? Yeah, I just stare at my desk. But it looks like I'm working.
Without Deltas, nothing gets built, nothing gets maintained, no community survives. Being a Delta doesn't mean average, it means foundational. You might not get the spotlight, but you get the satisfaction of knowing you keep the world moving. But here's the challenge. Don't let reliability turn into stagnation. Don't let loyalty turn into blind obedience.
Inside Zion, and you have to tell me how.
And don't let comfort keep you from leveling up when opportunity knocks. Because sometimes, when the Alpha stumbles and the Bravo can't hold the line, it's the Delta who quietly steps up and saves the day.
Big toy the Army built for your personal amusement. While you're having so much fun, try to make believe they just notified you next to kin.
If this felt like you, give it a like. If it reminded you of someone you know, send it their way. Next up, Gamma.
You said it. How do I know? You said I'm funny. How the fuck am I funny? What the fuck is so funny about me?
The secret king who loves to hate and hates to love. See you there.
I am your biggest fan.
You should be running this place. I don't know how you keep everything together. Should be running this place. You don't get enough credit for what you do. Place.
Should be running this place.
You're the only reason this works. Should be running this place. He listens to you more than anyone else. You should be running this place. Always 2 steps ahead. You. You. People trust your judgment. You. You're at work, big deadline, everyone's stressed. The boss is barking orders.
Oprah, Barbara Walters, your wife. You gotta fuck one, marry one, kill one. Go!
People are scrambling, missing details, doubling tasks, losing their cool. But there's one guy. Let's call him Josh. Josh isn't yelling. He's listening, taking notes, moving quietly, efficiently. People ask him where things are. He knows. The boss leans on him without realizing it. When the alpha starts throwing out plans, Josh already has half of them moving.
Your father would want to hear this. This is business, not personal.
He's not in charge, but without him, nothing works. That's Bravo energy. And Josh is a Bravo.
When we talk about where we're going to eat, I think, you can't weigh less than me and tell me where we're going to eat.
Welcome back. Today we're breaking down the Bravo male, the second rank in Vox Day's socio-sexual hierarchy. You probably know the alpha. He is loud, visible, and dominant. But the Bravo, he's subtler, often overlooked. Yet absolutely essential. Let's unpack it.
Well done, Zero.
The socio-sexual hierarchy is a model by Vox Day, a framework for understanding male social roles and interactions. It's not a science, not a belief system, just a useful lens, a source of perspective, if you will. And like any good lens, it helps you see what you've been missing. If the alpha is the king, the Bravo is the general, the right-hand man, the loyal lieutenant, the glue guy, not the one to eat the glue, but the one to make it. He doesn't need to lead the charge, but he makes sure the mission succeeds. Have you ever noticed how every great leader seems to have at least one person that keeps things going? Here's what defines the Bravo. 1. Loyalty. He picks a leader and sticks with him. Through conflict, through chaos, Bravos are ride or die.
Hey.
2. Competence. He's smart, organized, and quietly capable.
He knows more than you can imagine.
He doesn't boast about his wins, he just racks them up. 3. Relational awareness.
Your illogical approach to chess does have its advantages on occasion, Captain.
He knows who needs what, who's fighting, who's slacking. He reads the room better than the alpha ever could.
Ready and standing by, sir.
Have them meet me in the transporter room after the captain has beamed down.
4. Humility.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it to go so far. I was just so angry.
He doesn't crave the spotlight. He gets his satisfaction from making the team function properly and smoothly.
More Lambda spread.
5. Influence without ego.
I would look across the tables and I'd see you there.
He shapes decisions without having to own them. He whispers in the king's ear and the kingdom listens.
I'll put on the tea. Great. I don't know where we're going to find the cups.
6. Resentment risk. If unrecognized too long, a Bravo can get bitter.
And I want you to start solving that problem right now and get them goddamn rooms ready.
He knows he's valuable, and unnoticed loyalty can turn into quiet rebellion.
You ask me.
That's who the hell you calling Snowball?
7. Need for a worthy leader.
Can't arrest him simply because he's a bloody immigrant. He hasn't done anything wrong.
Bravos don't do well under weak leadership. They need someone they respect or they lose their edge.
Take your hands off my lobby boy!
8. Unshakable backbone. When everyone else loses their cool, the Bravo stays steady. He absorbs pressure, holds structure, and keeps people from falling apart.
I must tell Simba!
9. Emotional maturity. Unlike the alpha who bulldozes emotions, the Bravo knows how to handle nuance. He's the guy others cry to, vent to, trust.
You came along, just like a star.
10. Strategic second.
Lie down with me, Watson.
Why?
I insist.
Bravo's often are better at planning than the alpha himself. He'll see the flaws in a plan and know how to patch them, without needing credit.
Mary's coming.
Not available.
You're meeting her home?
Which of these traits do you see in yourself? Let's drop into a story. Picture a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Band of survivors. Everyone's hungry, tired, scared. An alpha, let's call him Carmichael, starts organizing. Builds a base, makes the rules, but it's Gary, his second in command, who's the reason it all works. Gary scouts the perimeter. Gary negotiates with outsiders.
Not gonna hurt you.
People don't write songs about Gary, but they'd all be dead without him. That's Bravo. Now let's zoom in on a different kind of scene. Imagine a friend group. There is this loud guy, he is funny guy, he is the hot one, and then there's Mike.
I think we better replace the negative power coupling.
Mike's the one who plans the road trip. He books the Airbnb, brings the snacks, keeps people from killing each other. No one says thanks to Mike, but they all know it would fall apart without him. Mike knows that too, and that is exactly why he does what he does. Bravos are often the planners behind the curtain. They remember birthdays, they take on extra shifts, they pull the strings, but most important, they stay quiet. Not because they have to, but because they want to. Do you have a Bravo in your group? Someone holding it all together so everyone else can just show up?
Don't wait up, Al.
I'll cancel the pizzas.
Let's run through some fictional Bravos you probably know. 1. Samwise Gamgee, the Lord of the Rings. Frodo might carry the ring, but Sam carries Frodo.
I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you.
Emotionally, physically, spiritually. He never asks for glory, never doubts the mission, and never leaves his friend's side. If there's one Bravo who defines selfless loyalty, it's Sam.
It ruins it. What's to ruin? There's hardly any meat on them.
2. Ron
I'm
Weasley.
Ron, by the way. Ron Weasley.
Ron's the emotional glue of the trio. He balances Hermione's logic and Harry's destiny with humor, grit, and fierce loyalty. He doesn't want to lead, but he steps up when it matters. The friend you need when things fall apart.
Does anyone fancy a butterbeer?
3. Dick Grayson, Robin. Robin isn't just Batman's sidekick.
Tight. I don't know if I could throw a kick or jump in them. I got an idea. Rip! It's better.
He's his grounding force. Where Batman broods, Robin balances. Dick Grayson later becomes Nightwing, showing that Bravo energy doesn't mean weak. It means learning from the alpha until you're strong enough to lead yourself.
Chicks dig the car.
Chewbacca, Star Wars. He doesn't say much, but he says everything with action. Loyal to hand to the end, Chewie's that quiet force in the back who'll tear arms off to protect his people.
Droid? That's because a droid don't pull people's arms out of their sockets when they lose. Wookiees are known to do that.
The type of Bravo who shows love through sheer presence and power.
Don't worry, Chewie. I think I know what he has in mind.
5. Donkey, Shrek.
Maybe even a superfly, but I bet you ain't never seen a donkey fly.
Loud, goofy, emotional, but unshakably loyal. Donkey follows Shrek into danger, heartbreak, and swamp life, always backing him even when Shrek pushes him away. He's the Bravo who annoys you, right until you realize you'd be lost without him.
It's amazing what you've done with such a modest budget. I like that boulder. That is a nice boulder.
Which of these characters feels like the truest Bravo to you, and why do you think that is? Now, real-world Bravos. 1. Scottie Pippen.
Hall of Famer. Scotty, you did everything that you could do in the game.
Michael Jordan was the alpha, but Pippen was the backbone of the Bulls dynasty. A defensive powerhouse and unselfish playmaker, he's the classic Bravo, the man who makes greatness possible without chasing the spotlight.
How do you want to be remembered?
That's the greatest of all time.
And that's a great answer.
2. Kevin James. From Grown Ups to Chuck and Larry, Kevin James plays the steady, goofy second fiddle to Adam Sandler's louder alpha energy. He's the dependable Bravo of comedy, loyal, supportive, and always there to set up the punchline.
Tell me where some fried chicken's at, I'm going.
Yeah.
But I can't take it from the Sandman.
No, I think you're wrong.
3. Jon Favreau. In Swingers and Couples Retreat, Favreau often plays the grounded counterweight to Vince Vaughn's chaos.
Me neither. Promise me you're not going to have anyone do anything to this guy.
But you got to tell me exactly what you're going to tell them if the cops come to you, because we tell a different story.
Nothing.
He's the Bravo friend who steadies the ship while letting the alpha run wild.
Happen.
Right. Say it louder.
4. John Paul Jones. Plant and Page got the spotlight, but John Paul Jones gave Led Zeppelin its foundation. His bass lines and arrangements made the band sound possible, a Bravo craftsman in rock history.
We basically saw each other in airports.
5. James Watson. Watson was the energetic partner to Francis Crick in the discovery of DNA's structure. History remembers Crick first, but Watson's Bravo role was essential to the breakthrough.
And I wrote a book, so I'll say something.
Do you think real life rewards loyalty and consistency the way stories do? Strengths of the Bravo. Stabilizer and group dynamics. When things start falling apart, he quietly puts the pieces back together. Natural peacemaker. He senses tension before it erupts and smooths it out before anyone else even notices. Loyalty that makes leaders better.
Bruce Wayne. Your resources, your knowledge.
His presence sharpens the alpha, grounding bold moves with steady support. Reads people like a book. He picks up on micro-expressions, tone shifts, and social friction like a sixth sense. Can act as a moral compass. He keeps the mission clean.
Dead faces in the water.
Reminding the team what's worth fighting for. Flexible between leader and follower roles. If the alpha's gone, he steps up. If the alpha's there, he steps back. Emotionally intelligent. He doesn't just understand feelings, he knows what to do with them.
You got it. Oh! Oh my God! Oh!
Weaknesses of the Bravo. Overlooked in credit. He does 80% of the work and gets 20% of the spotlight. Can attach to the wrong alpha. Loyalty's a gift, but if given to a tyrant, it becomes a leash. Might suppress ambition. He downplays his own dreams to keep the team running, until resentment brews. Prone to burnout from over-supporting. He says yes too often, and pays for it in silence and stress. Can slide into passive-aggressive behavior if not valued.
Though in this case, you might want to make an exception. Riff-raff.
He won't blow up, but he will start pulling energy back if he feels unseen. Risks losing identity in someone else's shadow.
Hello, Ms. Lady.
He builds so many castles for others, he forgets to claim his own kingdom.
Here again, I'm gonna put a hashtag on your ass and see how many hits it gets.
What happens when the person who keeps everyone steady finally starts to slip? A Bravo can become an alpha, and sometimes they should, when the alpha stumbles, when the mission matters more than the chain of command. Bravo steps up and does it right. Have you ever had to take charge because the person you followed couldn't anymore?
I always wanted to be thought of as a brother by you, like a real brother.
Where does the Bravo thrive? Behind the scenes leadership.
Concern will not change what has happened. transporter room is very well manned, and they will call me if they need my assistance.
Management.
He's got a thing for cats. You'll be his nanny, his keeper, his best friend.
Mentorship roles.
Take over.
Startups with a strong visionary. Creative partnerships.
This woman who's invited us into her tent offered us a hedgehog.
Lack of hygiene or the fact that you steal my clothes.
We have a barter
When
system.
do I complain about you setting fire to my rooms?
Our rooms.
The rooms. When do I complain?
Community building. Education. Non-profit sectors. Where does he struggle? Under poor leadership.
When I interrupted him. Thank you, Stephen.
In highly individualistic roles.
Rub Vaseline all over your hiney and tell you that it's special and different from everyone else's.
In systems that don't reward support.
No, Mr. Lebowski, it had not occurred to me.
That had not occurred to us, dude.
Where boundaries are weak and burnout is high. So, should you want to be a Bravo? That depends. If you're wired for loyalty, support, and subtle leadership, embrace it. Bravos make things happen. They don't steal the crown. They keep the kingdom running. But don't let your loyalty blind you. Find alphas worth serving. And don't be afraid to lead when the time comes. Because sometimes, when the alpha falls, it's the Bravo who steps up. And he's already holding the map. If this felt like your reflection, give it a like. If it reminded you of someone, send it their way. Subscribe if you want to go deeper into the socio-sexual hierarchy. Next up, Delta, the quiet core of the hierarchy. See you there.
Nicola, how does that feel?
It's good. It's good. The job is done. We can go home now.
He just walks in and owns it.
He's terrified of losing.
Natural born leader, no question.
He's terrified of losing.
You feel safer when he's around.
Terrified.
He gets things done, period.
He's terrified of losing.
Everything's a competition to him. Losing. Does he ever shut up?
He's terrified of losing.
You're at a family dinner. It's loud, people are talking over each other.
What's your point, Uncle Frank?
You ought to go down on her.
Your uncle is arguing about politics again. Your cousin is bragging about his new car.
Didn't I tell you that?
He was fucking his cousin.
I wasn't fucking my cousin. We kissed.
It's chaotic, borderline annoying. Then, Daniel walks in.
Jarvis, drop my needle.
He's late, but no one calls him out. He doesn't explain, doesn't apologize, just throws a one-liner and takes the seat at the head of the table.
Oh, this could be good. Could be good. Could be good.
People laugh. The volume of the room shifts.
There was a little bit of a rise, yes.
Suddenly, the loudest guy gets quiet.
Up in the sugar business, you've forgotten the taste of real honey.
Frank, for God's sake.
The conversation tilts in Daniel's direction. No one voted him king, but somehow everyone treats him like one. That's alpha energy, and Daniel is an alpha.
It's showtime.
In this video, we're going deep on the alpha, the first rank in Vox Day's socio-sexual hierarchy. Not because it's the most important, but because it's the one everyone thinks they understand. Spoiler alert, most people don't. Let's break it down. The socio-sexual hierarchy is a theory by Vox Day, a model for understanding male social dynamics. It ranks men based on how they interact with each other. It's not a science, it's not a religion, but it's useful and weirdly accurate. At the top of the chain is the alpha, not because he declared himself the leader, but because people treat him like one, even when they don't want to. So, what makes a man an alpha? Here's a list of core traits you'll usually see in the type. Number 1, presence.
Please.
Yes, dear.
Could I have your attention?
Absolutely.
He walks into a room and people notice, not because he's loud, but because he radiates control.
Take that off. What are you?
Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
Strong aura, if you will. Number 2, confidence. Not always self-awareness, just unwavering confidence.
That gripper. Only man, I'm telling you, him and Dr. J, them hands, come on, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's certain, and that's the when you say, like, the creator knows who should have what.
He will believe himself to be correct, regardless of the facts. Number 3, leadership. He doesn't ask for permission. He just starts leading. People either follow him or fall away. Number 4, sexual dominance. He draws attention from women whether he tries or not. He doesn't chase, he attracts. Number 5, competitive instinct. He wants to win, and he wants you to see him win.
And he said, will you come over and do the fight scene with me? I said, well, do I have to lose? He says, yeah, you have to lose. So I said...
Number 6, bluntness.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
He's not emotionally delicate. He says what he thinks.
Father to a murdered son. Husband to a murdered wife.
Take it or leave it. And number 7, tribal loyalty.
Cocktails! Persian cowards.
He protects his circle fiercely. He leads with pride, but he expects loyalty in return. Now let's take a look at how an alpha behaves in a fictional, real-life scenario. Let's say 10 strangers crash land on a mysterious island. No food, no shelter, no plan.
Me. Or she's not. You don't even speak
Let
French.
her listen.
Shut up, man.
Where's the battery? The battery.
Everyone starts panicking, debating, pointing fingers. Then one guy steps forward. We'll call him Marcus.
But didn't you ever dream of having a house up on a treetop?
Marcus doesn't yell. He doesn't overtalk. He just points and says, you, start building a fire. You, gather what we have.
Were you afraid to bring it with you?
You, check the wounded. Nobody voted Marcus into this position. Nobody even knows his last name.
He was a hero.
But he's giving orders and people are listening.
One lousy meal is worth not getting rescued. We've got to be one group again.
Even the guys who grumble still follow along. Because deep down, people crave direction when the world breaks. That's Alpha. Let's get back to Earth.
Cross that line, we go from misunderstanding to something else.
Here are 5 fictional Alpha examples you'll recognize instantly. Number 1, Tony Stark, Iron Man.
Page. Hey, Forrest. Hey, Ringo. Hey, Ponytail Express. Hey, Butterfingers. Doth mother know?
He's brilliant, arrogant, charming.
Boss. Oh, actually, he's the boss. I just pay for everything and design everything and make everyone look cooler.
He takes the lead even when he's wrong, and people still follow, because more often than not, he turns out to be right.
Or even hesitated.
Look. Number 2, Cyclops from X-Men. Less flashy, but clearly in command. He holds the team together with tactical authority.
Well, if I had to do that, she wouldn't be my girl.
Khal Drogo, Game of Thrones. Pure dominance forged in strength and loyalty. Drogo commands not just through fear, but through presence. The kind of alpha who speaks few words because none are needed. Maverick, Top Gun.
You've been busted. You lost your qualifications as section leader 3 times.
The daredevil alpha who flies by instinct and charisma. He bends rules, breaks limits, and wins loyalty through sheer magnetism and mastery.
Yes, sir.
Maximus, Gladiator.
Your transition shall be to the sound of...
The noble alpha, defined by discipline and duty.
Quintus, free my men.
He leads not for glory but for purpose, inspiring men through courage that speaks louder than any title. Real-life alphas. Donald Trump, commanding, polarizing, and unapologetically forceful.
You
Look at what's happening. This is a persecution of a political opponent.
Whatever you think of him, Trump's alpha persona is rooted in dominance, spectacle, and the need to control the room.
Crooked Joe Biden finally said what he and Kamala really think.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'm like getting the feeling of coming in the gym. I'm getting the feeling of coming at
Self-made alpha, bodybuilder, actor, governor.
home. I'm getting the feeling of coming backstage when I pump up, when I pose out in front of 5,000 people.
Who conquered 3 worlds through relentless ambition and charisma.
I get the same feeling. So I'm coming day and night. I mean, it's terrific, right?
His confidence radiates not from talk, but from results. Bruce Lee, philosopher and fighter in one body.
Too philosophical, but it's acting or acting unacting.
You've lost me. Bruce Lee's alpha energy came from mastery, discipline, and total alignment between mind and action. Strength without noise.
To them, you see, the idea is running water never grows stale. So you gotta just keep on flowing.
Adam Sandler, the quiet alpha of comedy. Loyal to his crew, confident in his instincts, and always leading through connection. He doesn't need to dominate. He creates worlds and brings people along.
You're in big trouble, though, pal. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
Michael Jordan, perfectionist, ruthless competitor, and born leader.
Best player in the world was. It was Michael Jordan. And, you know, I don't know who else that...
Young, athletic, get to the basket based on, you know, what we've seen in this era. You will see a Jordan probably...
Jordan's alpha is not about charm, but about dominance. He sets the bar so high that following him feels like worship.
Embarrass your ass. You hear what I'm saying?
Do you think people follow alphas because they're strong, or because they make others feel safe? Let's zoom out. What are the alpha's strengths? He leads, naturally. People follow him without needing persuasion. He speaks with conviction.
I knew it. Marge and I had a bet.
Even when he's wrong, he sounds right.
I think we've seen enough of each other for a while.
He brings stability to chaos. In a crisis, people turn to the alpha.
You live. You die.
He attracts loyalty and attention.
This is such a crock of shit.
Please watch your language.
Men respect him.
Got a date with some angels.
Women desire him.
Oh, look at these 2 hot chickens.
Enemies fear him. He wins, not because life's fair, but because he makes winning look inevitable.
Mine. I'm peeking here. It's my time.
But he has weaknesses too. He can't see his own blind spots.
Or any days in.
Because he rarely gets real feedback, just approval or silence.
Gandalf.
He's vulnerable to betrayal. People want his position, and he doesn't always see them coming. He doesn't handle losing well. Alphas who fall often crash hard.
There will be
Their identity is built on being the man.
And you?
Do it. Bacardi and Cola, do it.
You just stole my voice. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. You gotta come up with your own voice.
He threatens other men.
I beg your pardon.
I'm not through with my examination. Sit down.
Especially gammas, who follow but secretly envy his power.
I think I'm entitled. You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
He can become emotionally tone deaf.
Agitated he is now. I know. Let's make lemonade. Okay. Let's go to work.
Because sensitivity doesn't serve dominance.
I'm not a rocket ship, okay?
All right.
And action.
Because of his sexual prowess.
Now who'd have ever thought that?
He has a blind spot for women. The line between turning the female gaze and craving it is thin.
So you decided to sign up for something?
No.
Which of those traits do you think people mistake for arrogance? And which ones actually earn respect? So where does the alpha thrive? Places where power is visible. The military.
Next time, snap it out. Thumb to palm, index finger through little digit, smartly aligned. Sharp to the hairline. Down.
Sales floors.
Manufacturers responsible for 1/8 of the drug trade in Asia. Huge profit margin.
Startups.
Drop the. Just Facebook. It's cleaner.
Sports teams.
The ultimate challenge, and if you did stop him, it was, you know, a miracle, and if you didn't, like...
Crisis zones. Anywhere people are hungry for clarity and courage. Where does he struggle? Corporate politics.
I saved Jim's life with a can of pepper spray I had Velcroed under my desk. People say, oh, it's dangerous.
Academia.
Well, when the bow breaks, the cradle will fall. And it has fallen here. It has fallen. Makers are men. Creators are leaders. Be careful what kind of leaders you're producing here.
Hyper-democratic systems.
Asylum officers. President Trump? I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. He and Kamala really think of our supporters. He called them garbage. No way. No way!
Places where emotional nuance or collaboration is king.
Really fucking hard. It's a cold, hard world. Shit happens.
Alphas don't care much for red tape. They like results.
I know you want the goodies.
Welcome to the goodie room.
You paying attention? Because I'm talking.
Now, is being an alpha a good thing? It depends. If you're a real alpha, you don't need to be told you are. You lead, people follow, and the proof is in the room. But if you're not, don't fake it. Trying to alpha up when it's not in your nature leads to overcompensation, resentment, and cringe.
No! No! You cannot touch me! I am the dragon! I am the dragon!
Every type has its strengths, but the alpha teaches one important lesson. Stand up. Speak clearly.
Meal with a hole in it. I got one too. I just got a little more brown sugar on mine.
Own the space you're in.
I don't eat pussy anymore either. But I like it.
And remember, alpha in one room is a delta in another.
This is Harvey Dent.
The famous Bruce Wayne.
It's important to know, these ranks aren't fixed. A man can be a delta at work, quiet, accomplished and ignored,
And who might you be, young man?
and then walk through the door at home and become alpha in his family.
Dad loves models. Thinks they're fascinating.
Well now. And who are you?
Or maybe he's alpha in his friend group, but becomes bravo around his older brother. Context matters. Environment, confidence, and social roles can all shift your position in the hierarchy.
Here's on my next stand-up. Oh, yes, jazz. Oh, jazz, let's face it.
That's why understanding these ranks isn't about labeling yourself forever. It's about seeing how you show up, where you show up, and why you show up. That's what people respond to.
Easy! Come on, baby! E-Weezy! Come on, baby! E-Wee!
If this made something click, feel free to like or subscribe. No pressure, I'm just glad you're here for the ride. Next up, Bravo. The loyal right-hand man who wants more than he lets on. See you then.
Not occurred to me.
That had not occurred to us, dude.
Well, okay, you know,